Hello and welcome to the Lund University International Podcast. On the show, you'll hear from current students, alumni, teachers, and many more special guests as we explore what it's really like to live and study at Lund University. My name is Tim Parker, and I am an International Communications Officer here at External Relations. Hello, listeners. Today we have a very special episode for you on the Lund University International Podcast, where we are talking about studying and exchange at Lund University. So on this pod, we have had a lot of guests studying degree programs. Today we have two special guests who are here on exchange. So welcome into the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Maria. I'm exchange student from Italy. I study foreign languages in the University of Milan.
So I'm Tiffany. I'm from Hong Kong and I study business and marketing in Hong Kong.
Nice. And now you're both in Lund.
Yes.
Perfect. How long have you been here for?
I've been here since January. So It's been like 4 months.
Okay, I came in August, so it's my second semester here in Lund.
Ooh.
Yeah, I will do almost 1 year abroad of exchange.
You've been through all the seasons.
Yes, and that's amazing because I can see how is the life in Sweden for the entire year almost.
Yeah, It's so different, like winter and spring now.
Yes, definitely. I love spring.
First observation.
Yeah, but also winter is not that bad because I'm used with gray, very warm temperature and almost never snow. So for me it was really exciting when I saw the snow here in Sweden.
It's definitely different.
Nice. And it's technically spring now, but...
Yes, but it's a little bit cold. Exactly, so it's not like a spring.
Nice. But I think that's perfect because we have Maria yourself who are here for a year and Tiffany here for half a year. So we have both perspectives.
Yes, that's true.
So how's the exchange going so far?
For me, it's still short and sweet. So I wish I can stay longer just to see a spring and summer, but yeah, unfortunately, I'll be back. But so far, it's been really nice seeing how the sun sets at 4 p.m. And then my expectation got so low. So when it set it at like 6 p.m., I was so happy.
Yeah, I can understand because in the first semester, around October, November, the sun go down already at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
So now that's amazing because 7 p.m. is still sun.
Yeah.
There is still day, so that's amazing.
It was like 9 p.m.
Yeah.
It's still like just a little bit dark. I love it.
No, yeah, me too. And in general, I love my experience here too because it's going really great. But the first and the second semester, probably I'm enjoying more the second semester because I have almost finished my classes, so I have more free time to visit Sweden and stay with my friends here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I realized there's like 2 semesters per semester. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, we already touched on how long you're here for, but I'm super interested to hear about the courses you're taking here at Lund University.
So I study marketing in my home uni. So here I really want to switch it up. So I'm studying strategic communications for organizational change. So I think that's my favorite subject overall and right now. Because it's like really different from I'm studying more on the managing side.
Okay.
Yeah. And then what else is... I'm studying Swedish for sure. It's going hard, but really fun and useful. And also just to stay back with my course would be brand and brandings.
Okay.
With LUCEM. Yeah.
Nice. And in strategic communicate, are all those courses here in Lund?
Actually, strategic communication, it's originally communication faculty is in Helsingborg, I think. So I have my class online.
Okay.
Yeah.
Convenient.
Yeah, it is. It's really different because I expect it would be physical, but online I can actually see a lot more different people because there's people in the workforce as well, just coming back to study for the problems they're actually encountering in real life.
Okay.
So it's a lot more applicable and insightful.
Yeah, I had both online classes and physical classes, and I enjoyed it both. And my classes are about the Swedish language and also German language and literature because I study foreign languages and literature in Italy. So here in Sweden, I just finished the exams and the courses I should finish in Italy in this year too. And I really enjoyed them because I can, of course, improving my Swedish more, both with the classmates and both outside of university. And I like a lot. Probably my favorite one was about the Swedish literature because it was quite different from the class I have in Italy because we have a conversation and we work in the class about the text and we talk with our teachers and our classmates about it. So it's more conversation. It's just not the normal class when the teacher just explain you the things and you just take notes. So I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's really interactive for classes.
Yeah, exactly. We in Italy have it, but not always. We have a different university system in Italy because, for example, the grades, the evaluation system, we have numbers. We don't have letters. So I feel that the Italian system is very pressure for us students because you have to take one number, like from 18 to 30. And so when you study, I want to take 30, so I have to study more. And you feel pressure with also the other students, of course. Here in Sweden are just no pace, G-pace, and pace with distinction. So you study with low pressure, for sure. And also we don't have the take-home exam. We have more oral examination. So there is more a confront with the teacher in the class. And it's quite different. And we have 3 months of classes and like 2 months of exam. And here in Sweden, it's different because you finish a class and the week after you already have the examination. So the beginning was a little bit challenging, also because my classes were in Swedish. So
wow, you're taking classes in Swedish.
Exactly. So the beginning was difficult, but I did my exam well, so I'm fine. I'm happy with that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Tiffany, how does the academic environment compare to Hong Kong?
Yeah, for me, I find it a lot more interactive for sure because usually we have like lectures in Hong Kong. It's like 3 hours straight with like maybe just a 10-minute break. But here we have a lot of fika.
That's true.
I love. The fika culture. I will bring it back to Hong Kong. And a lot of readings that I can do at home. So I have a lot more like time management side. I can control my time. I can meet up with friends rather than like in Hong Kong. I will usually do a lot of. I do more mathematical work in Hong Kong instead of like communication or theoretical things that I do here. So that's quite different where I have to spend a lot more time in class or like, just lectures in general. It takes up a lot more rather than here I can do self-learning at home. So it's a lot more flexible. So I think that's the main difference.
Nice. Yeah, because you're still expected to be studying or working 40 hours a week or more, even if you're not in class that whole time.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice. And you mentioned the interactive side, and I guess there's a lot more group work as well.
Yes, definitely. We in Italy don't have group work, at least in my faculty. And that was very nice because you have to talk with your classmates and work together. And this can make new friendship also. So that's very great because some of friends of mine, I met them in the class at Lund, so it was very good.
For me, I do marketing, so there is a lot of group projects. But here, surprisingly, even not for marketing courses like my strategic management or even my Swedish class, we have groups. So I think just communication and human interaction is really important.
There is a lot of communication here in the university, like in the class, on the homework in general, also through the students association. I don't know if in Hong Kong there are student association like this nation we have in Italy, we have in Sweden, but in Italy we don't have them. So I found them very nice because take the students together even outside of the classes. So that's very nice.
We do have societies and nations, but not as active as nations. Like we don't have weekly activities, or it's also like what's similar would be like halls or dorms in Hong Kong, especially HKU. But then it's like very exclusive. You have to interview to get into one, so not a lot of people can join. Wow. So this would be a lot more inclusive, and I can meet a lot of people from like locals or internationals. So that was very fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
there is another
way.
student life in Lund.
For sure.
Yeah, very, very beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. Please tell us about it. How is the student life at Lund for exchange students?
For me, it's amazing because you get in touch with people from all around the world, and that's amazing because you meet new people every day, do activities every day, also in the weekend, of course, because it's more free because you don't have class, and that's very, very beautiful. One of my best friends actually I met here in Lund through the activities, and these activities take you also outside of Lund, so you can visit Sweden, and not only Sweden, also Denmark, because it's very close, and that's very fun. I enjoy it a lot.
I think for my nation, I didn't join as much, but for me, it's more of my corridor. So, I live in Michael Hansen, and for my corridor, it's all locals, so I'm the only exchange student.
Oh,
That is very, very fun and interesting. So they are really accommodative. They speak English just so I can understand. But we have like weekly meetings and then weekly movie nights. And we cook together like every 2 weeks. And then we had like a barbecue day, like on Tuesday recently. So we're really active within the corridor. So that was really fun.
Yeah, I wish I could experience the corridor life because I didn't find home very easily in Lund. So probably this was the hardest part for my exchange because when I came here, I stayed 2 weeks in the hotel because I didn't get accommodation from the university accommodation. So now, of course, I have a very beautiful house near the city center. But probably was very beautiful seeing the corridors and experimenting this side of students' life because it's not that easy to find house in Lund. At least for me, it wasn't. I found it through some sites like Casa, and after a while, I found this house with my actual roommate. That's she from Italy, like me. But it's not that easy. A lot of people say that it's a little bit difficult to find it, but at least we find them. After a while, we find in Lund. So that's fine.
For me and my friends, we all got housings. We applied through the LU account.
Yeah, we too, but we didn't get.
Well, yeah.
Probably because there are so many students, so it's a little bit difficult to give a room immediately to all students. So
I see. Yeah, I think a few of my friends also rented in Malmö. Just because they
that's
were
a good choice because it's not very far.
Yeah. So there's always that option.
Nice. And that leads us into the next topic, which is about your cultural experience here in Sweden. So Tiffany, you mentioned you live only with Swedes.
Yeah.
That's probably a good way to get into Swedish culture.
Yeah, I've learned a lot of... So usually in Hong Kong, I don't cook. So here, it's like a camp. It's a tree. I've learned a lot of dishes and, of course, the traditional meatball we love with the lingonberry. And then my corridor mates also, they bake a lot. And surprisingly, we use the oven and we have like weekly or like semi-weekly cooking together. So we get to try a lot of food from like different places. I got allocated the cooking job once. So I get to cook alongside my friends and they just cook their family recipe. So that was very like a good way to go into straight like first-hand experience on the culture, cooking and eating.
Nice. You can imagine how cooking is important as for Italians. So of course here in Sweden all people say, oh, can you cook Italian food for me? And that was very good because in Italy I cooked but not much as I did in Sweden. And that's great because we made at my place a lot of international dinner with my other friends. So I tried Russian food, Indian food, Swedish food as well, and I bake it too, the Swedish food with the Swedish friends. So that's very nice. Probably food is what bring people together.
Yeah.
And that's amazing because when you start to cooking other food and try it, these people say, in my country we do this, and they explain something about their tradition, so that's very good.
There's like backstories to it.
Yes, exactly.
Nice. yeah, I'm really glad that you got to experience like that two-way cultural exchange as well.
Yeah.
And how has the experience been of finding friends?
With the international students, it's very easy because we are living the same thing in the same moment. So we both want to find a new people as well. Probably with Swiss it was a little bit harder because, and I can understand because international students try to stay more with the international students also for classes together, activities together, especially at the beginning of the semester, while there are a lot of students activities and we are not with the Swedes in the beginning of activities and but you can make friendship with Swedes after a while, especially if you speak Swedish. That's a great way to start to know them. But I have some Swedish friends, so that was a little bit difficult at the beginning, but yeah.
For me, I met a lot of my friends through like the orientation.
Exactly, the orientation weeks.
Yeah. It was like there's a lot of activities. Like I love the IKEA shopping.
Personal favorites.
Personal favorite. There's also hiking in the snow and then ice skating. Like I think joining those activities, I met a big group of my friends, and then we'll like go to Novish weeks. So that also. I think I met most of my Swedish friends through my corridor.
Also through the mentors group, international. I did the international mentor in this semester, and a lot of people I met thanks to the activities. Also Swedish friends, they are my group, and it was a beautiful experience. I'm really glad to do it. That I did it because it was very fun, and we met new people and do activities and try to explain the Swedish culture to the new students. That was very fun.
And as an exchange student living in southern Sweden, you're quite close to a lot of other European countries. Have you had an opportunity for travel?
I think exchange students are known for like traveling, and especially Lund. It's so convenient. It's like only 45 minutes train from the Danish airport. Copenhagen Airport, so it's really easy to travel like through train everywhere. For me, I've traveled to quite a few just between like the breaks and everything. I went to Budapest, Italy, like recently. And then also of course Copenhagen, and then also Norway. I think Norway was my favorite for the Northern Lights. I traveled too. I visited some cities in Sweden and Stockholm. Of course Copenhagen because it's very close. And next week I'll go to Paris. And also to Lisbon, and I went to Prague with the international friends I met here in December, so that's very, very nice. The opportunity that study in Lund gives you to travel around Europe, especially for who not from Europe. I think that's amazing. It's just more like a once-in-a-lifetime experience where you get to like just jump around countries. But the feeling of coming back to Lund is really different though. Because traveling is quite tiring. So when we come back, it's like, relax.
Nice. I love studying Lund because Lund is a very small city, but is near big cities. So you can feel every day the difference between the big cities and the small city. And you can find very quiet here.
It's really peaceful when I reach home.
Nice. I've heard a lot of people say that sometimes leaving Lund, one of the best parts is actually coming back.
It really is.
And any other travel plans now that the days are getting longer and the weather's getting a little better?
I am going to Italy again. At the end of the month, I'm going to be just train traveling through like from Milan to Lake Como.
Oh, wow.
Venice, Florence, just everywhere.
That's amazing. I'm from Milan. If you come to June, we could meet.
But it's really convenient, especially like going more south. To like, the tulips are open now, so that would be pretty.
Nice. So you do get enough opportunity to take some time off and travel during your exchange, it sounds like. Nice. And also, I guess being an exchange student can also come with some challenges. You're a long way from home. You have to immerse yourself in a new culture, a new language. So I'm interested to hear if there's any support services that have helped you on your exchange.
For me, I'm not used to like reading that much for my courseworks. Like in HKU, I guess it's more math based, that's the reason. But here, there's like textbooks and articles and just a lot of readings in general. So it really helped. There's like this, I forgot what's their name, but they have like a faculty where they provide like the reading guidance and also writing camps. So they help you to know how to read in a systematic way and like to be able to cope with the workload. So yeah, that was really helpful at the beginning. And also just writing essays in general. They also have writing assistants where you can go to consult to help with like your systematical writing, and also library to teach you how to cite your works correctly. So I found those to be the most helpful ones.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I remember there's also like a winter blue mental session to help cope with the winter's depression.
Yeah.
So that was also very fun to hear about.
Nice.
Yeah, studying in another country at the beginning could be difficult, and I have to say that the coordinator in for Lund University, especially for exchange students, are very great because they answer immediately when you have questions by mail or getting in person. So they helped me a lot at the beginning, while I have to struggle with all the documents and for the exchange and starting to understand the Swedish method of university. So it was very great. But staying 1 year could be difficult at the beginning, especially on the holidays, because I couldn't have the opportunity to come back to Italy. It was very difficult to stay here without my family in the holidays. But fortunately, there are video calls and also other exchange students that are in Lund in the same moment as you, also on the holidays. So it was very great to do the holidays with them. But a little bit, of course, sad that you're not with your family. But the beautiful thing of studying abroad is that you make very beautiful friendship, and you always feel at home a little bit, even if you're not physically in your home.
Yeah, we meet our new family.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel Lund as my second home.
It is, especially my corridor mates and my friends' corridor mates. We actually celebrated Chinese Lunar New Year together. So that's like a really big festival where you celebrate with family. So here, I think for when I took over Instagram, I captioned like found family far away from home from another country. Yeah, so it was very sweet and comfortable.
Really happy to hear that. Both of you did amazing takeovers on Instagram.
Oh, thank you.
And for those listeners listening out there, scroll back a little bit in the feed and you'll be able to find Tiffany and Maria's takeover.
Yes.
Put a face to the name. Then I'm really interested to hear what your key takeaways from your exchange experience has been.
For me, it will mainly be independence. Because in Hong Kong, we always live with our family and our parents until we get married. It's not common to live out alone. So here, for me, would be just learning how to deal with everything, like from groceries to like changing the bed sheets, which is my least favorite. And then probably just being very organized and all the responsibilities. I think that would be my biggest takeaway. To be an adult.
Yeah. The same for the Italians. Italians stay with the family until they are married, except if they're moving in another state in Italy to study. So for me, the best thing to do in Lund was understand how much I can be independent. And I probably grow up a lot here, and that's amazing also because I found the real myself. And I'm very glad to do this, that I did this exchange, because sometimes you need to move abroad for understand yourself better and do a lot of experience like that. So I really recommend to do the exchange here, especially Lund, because it's very beautiful.
And would you recommend an exchange at Lund University to others?
For sure.
Absolutely. I think it's one of the best city where you can do the exchange, because like we already said, that is small, but it's very close to the big city, and also has a very great and brilliant active university life. So
yeah, what I love the most would be how international it is.
Exactly, so international university.
Yeah, you can always like not just meet the Swedish culture, but also like just around the world.
Yes.
And everyone is really open, and English fluency. So there's definitely any worries about
you can
fitting
improve
in.
all the language you want here in Lund because there are people from all around the world.
Yeah. There's also like I joined those like when you want to learn a new language, and there's like those fika and coffee.
This pro cafe.
Yeah. I think the little cafe.
The language cafe. Yeah, there is a thing there not in Italy. So it was very fun and surprised me because you can sit with people you don't know, do fika and practice the language. So that's very fun.
Yeah.
Another way to meet new people too.
Yeah, it really helped me with my Swedish exam. Just speaking with random strangers.
Nice. And anything else you'd like to add that we haven't talked about today?
Well, time flies, so you gotta really make the most out of your exchange. Because when I just arrived, it was like, oh, it's gonna be a very long, like half a year. It's gonna take forever. But then now it's like, wait, I feel like I didn't do enough and I'm already leaving.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like the first semester, it seems so longer. That never passed. It was like, oh, it's still November when I finished the first semester, and now in few days it's gonna be May. So it's so sad because I don't want to leave. Time flies so quickly, and especially when you have a lot of fun and do experience every day.
So make the most of it.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, thank you both for coming into the studio today.
Thank you.
And you're always welcome to come back to Lund for a master's.
Yes, for sure.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Lund University International Podcast. If you're interested in learning more about Lund University, you can go to our website, lunduniversity.lu.se. You can also follow us on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and X, and you can chat with current students on UniBuddy. Don't forget to subscribe, and we look forward to bringing you a new episode very soon.